Now to what certainly would have been our top story this morning were it not for Hurricane Sandy, the final push to the presidential election on Tuesday. The campaigns are focused intently on the battleground states, and we start with Nancy Cordes, who is with the Obama campaign in Mentor, Ohio. And good morning to you, Nancy.
Good morning to you, Rebecca. The president spent the entire day here in Ohio yesterday. He went back to the White House to sleep, and he's coming back here to Ohio this morning for good measure. The campaign says this is not an indication that they are nervous about this state. They say it's simply an acknowledgement that Ohio is a must-win state for both sides.
It is good to be in Lima.
President Obama spent the final Friday of this campaign stumping before groups of 3,000 and 4,000 in high school gyms and a converted barn. It's a far cry from the same day 4 years ago when Mr. Obama whipped up a crowd of 40,000 in Indiana, a state he won, but which is out of reach this time. Campaign officials say the large rallies that were the hallmark of '08 are coming this weekend. In the final 3 days of this race, the president is holding 3 events in Ohio, 2 in Wisconsin, 2 in Iowa, and 1 each in Virginia, New Hampshire, Florida, and Colorado, before heading to Chicago to watch the returns on Election Day. White House officials breathed a sigh of relief Friday after the monthly employment report showed the nation created more jobs than expected last month.
This morning we learned the companies hired more workers in October than at any time in the last 8 months.
And at all 3 of his Ohio stops, Mr. Obama went after a Romney ad that suggests Jeep is moving jobs from the Buckeye State to China.
Folks who work at the Jeep plant have been having to call up their employers because they're worried. Of course, it turns out it's not true. The car companies themselves have told Governor Romney to knock it off. Knock it off. That's what they said.
The Obama campaign contends that ad will be Romney's undoing in this state. It has gotten a lot of attention here, most of it negative. And guys, both sides are working overtime to project confidence in the final days of this race. But Obama advisor David Axelrod took it to another level yesterday, contending that Obama was so fired up that his speeches were coming directly from his loins. Definitely a new one out here on the campaign trail.
Nancy Cordes in Mentor, Ohio with the final countdown. Thanks, Nancy.